Under a sky dappled with treetops and the sun's drowsy descent, Lyra Brighteyes, the half-Goliath, half-halfling bard, wandered with weary steps. Her lute hung at her back, and pots clinked quietly at her side, echoing faintly through the wooded expanse. Beside her paced Treon Fireclaw, the tabaxi scout and chef. The two had found solace in each other's company after fate led them through a tangle of paths and misadventures deep in the wilderness. Their journey together, however, had taken a perilous turn. The forest was home to an unusual and formidable entity, a towering mushroom monster with tendrils that writhed maliciously. The beast attacked without warning, and the duo fought valiantly but were slowly overpowered. Treon's agility and Lyra's bardic magic were not enough to hold back the relentless creature. Just when hope seemed lost, salvation came in the form of a Duergar with a grizzled beard and muscled arms that wielded cooking utensils like weapons, Baldric Blackforge. With deft skill, Baldric dispatched the mushroom monster, reducing it to a scattered pile ready for culinary ingenuity. "I've been studying monsters as ingredients for my new book," Baldric explained with a wink. He offered his assistance and led the two out of the bewildering maze of woods to the remnants of a village, its spirit dimmed by the war's destructive shadow, but filled with determined refugees. Here, Rend Granite Hoof, the Minotaur battlefield alchemist, was tending to the displaced souls. His hands, skilled with both healing potions and savory dishes, moved with purpose over bubbling cauldrons as he worked tirelessly to keep hope alive. Among the makeshift hearths and teetering tents, Delgra Snarlbite, once an oddity in her goblin clan, now shared her culinary wonders with eager hands. Gathering ingredients from the villagers, she sculpted meals that warmed the coldest of hearts. Tables and chairs were fashioned from discarded wood and stone, and as laughter began to knit the broken community, Lyra strummed her lute into an inviting melody. Delgra, Treon, Baldric, Rend, and Lyra found a rhythm together, each offering their unique expertise to the task at hand. Baldric served the mushroom monster, transformed into a smoky, lush dish accented with forest herbs to tantalized villagers. Meanwhile, Lyra's songs drew out forgotten smiles, and Ren's peacekeeping presence ensured all felt welcome and safe. Soldiers from opposing factions drawn by the revelry entered the village cautiously, swayed by a promise of food and music rather than conflict. Shields and swords were surrendered, locked in the church, and in return they provided their rations, adding to the feast. An unusual festival atmosphere blossomed, uniting the gathering, an anomaly amid the theater of war. The clink of mugs echoed stories shared between unlikely friends, and the earth trembled not with war drums but lively feet dancing on grounds that should have seen only despair. As the night deepened, word spread across battle lines, drawing representatives and officers from both sides. Tension fluttered like a distant thunder, but the assembled soldiers plead with their leaders, encouraging them to partake in the camaraderie. The weary commanders hesitated before accepting a steaming plate offered by Delgra herself. Under a silvered moon, as discussions sparked and shared meals melted animosities, a sanctuary was born. It was declared that the village would remain a ceaseless zone of peace, honored by both armies, a place untouched by swords and spears. Grateful for one another and for the unlikely turn of fate binding them, Lyra, Treon, Baldric, and Delgra formalized their unity, naming themselves the Culinary Concord, adventurers born to blend magic, myth, and meals into moments of wonder. The great festival, a culmination of their efforts, saw a truce in the war's fury and whispered possibilities of lasting peace. It was an event suffused with the allure of shared culture and joyful indulgence, orchestrated by the same troupe of bards with whom Lyra once sang. Under the twinned flags of armies and a brighter sun, the warring leaders met over tables of extraordinary flavor, where every spice and note beckoned toward harmony. And so, from battles and banquets, emerged tales of togetherness, a legend of an adventuring party whose greatest heroism lay not in the heat of combat, but in finding unity, joy, and peace where before there was only strife.